Hello, everyone, and welcome to 15 Minutes with Vision Life. For the past 46 years, the Vision Life team has been in partnership with NeoLife's mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place, one person at a time. The desire to live with greater health, vitality, and energy has created a growing need for NeoLife's whole food nutrition. The goal of this 15-minute session is to train and empower our distributors so together we can increase our impact and make a positive difference in the lives of others. So that is what our goal, our mission is. And today we are going to be talking about the amazing omega-3 salmon oil plus. It comes in two sizes, as you can see here. The salmon oil plus is just over 1,000 milligrams of omega, and we'll tell you all about it. And then the omega is a smaller tablet for children to swallow, and that is 500 milligrams of omega. And we'll tell you what's in those capsules, but they're the same products, but just one larger tablet, one smaller tablet, and let's get on with this. Okay. Basically, we're going to cover the main things on omega. We could talk till the end of the year on this product. It's so wonderful. But let's have a look at why supplement with fish oils that have omega-3 fatty acids in them. And there are about a few points that I'll just bring up. Fatty fish is the richest source of healthful omega-3 fatty acids, but most of us do not eat the 2 to 3 servings per week that experts recommend for optimal health. Supplementation has been proven to be an effective means of increasing dietary omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3 support optimal function of the body, tissues, organs, notably the heart, blood vessels, brain, nerves, eyes, skin, and joints. So that's pretty well all of us, isn't it? It's all of us, all of our body. Omega-3 fatty acids crucial to the development of infant brain and eyes, and naturally present in mother's milk. Infants whose mothers consume foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids have higher omega-3 fatty acid levels compared to those mothers who do not consume fatty acids. And I'll be talking about that subject because it's so important. And for all of us, omega-3 acids may slow down the aging of the brain. You know, that is important. And so those are the reasons why we need the fatty acids, the omega-3 fatty acids. Now, I'd like to sort of cover some very vital things on why NeoLife's omega-3 fatty acids. There's some horrific ones out on the market. Most of the ones on the market are distilled because they come from toxic fish, and so all the toxins have to be distilled out of them. Distillation leaves it alters the structure of omega, and in fact, we have a demonstration, which I'm not going to do now, I don't have time, but if you take two non-destructible polystyrene cups, they won't break down. But if you put our omega, either of these in the bottom of a polystyrene cup, you squish it in, just break it, squish it in, and you can leave that cup for weeks and it stays whole. Very, very, very many of the omega-3s on the market, if you squish their oil into another omega cup, by the time I have finished my talk, that cup's base is totally destroyed, eaten, and the cup starts shrinking. In fact, a normal size coffee cup, a polystyrene cup that you'd have, I suppose, a 200 or 250 ml cup, within a week, some of those omega-3s that are sold for human consumption have eaten the polystyrene halfway up the cup. So it shrunk to that size as opposed to that size. And those it's really serious. It's very serious. So you've got to make sure that your omega-3 is pure. And I'll tell you what ours is, because as far as I'm concerned, ours is the only one that I would give to my loved ones. And I'll tell you why. Both of these options are based on pure salmon oil, pure salmon oil, providing the benefits of one of nature's richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids. Ultra high potency omega-3 fatty acids. It's an exclusive near-light technology, the UPHO3, they call it, ultra high potency omega-3. It boosts, stabilizes, and standardizes specific health promoting omega-3 fatty acid levels while maintaining the whole food goodness of nature's salmon oil. They are the first supplements of their kind to assure a standardized amount of all 8 molecular structures, all 8 members of the omega-3 family involved in human nutrition. There are 8 known members, and most omegas have 2 members present. So we have got all 8 recognized known omega-3s in ours. And once again, it's the only one in the world, first of the kind. And let's look at another thing. Ingredients in the formulations are derived by molecular differentiation, which is another leading edge technology that selects specific nutrient molecules from tuna, sardines, and anchovies, while eliminating others just for the purity, potency, and consistency. So here's an omega salmon oil plus, but it also, to get the 8 complete molecules of salmon oil, they've used those other 3 fish that I've just mentioned. And salmon oil potency is guaranteed to deliver all 8, the necessary amounts of all 8. The potency is guaranteed on both of these. As I said, this is 1,000, just over 1,000 of omega-3 with all 8 molecules in, and this is just 500 with all 8 molecules in. So they're exactly the same. And the interesting thing is, with our scientists and our monitoring of where our raw ingredients come from for all of our products, the genetic code of every fish we use to make this product can be traced, because the fish come from very specific areas in the world, in the non-polluted areas of the ocean. And every genetic code, they have the genetic code of every fish used. And also it's cold pressed. It actually says on the bottle here, salmon oil is derived by cold pressing of health screened, disease-free fish selected for human consumption and confirmed free of pesticides, herbicides, and toxic heavy metals. That's a claim that nobody else has on any of their products. So we're very, very excited that we can actually recommend it to our loved ones, our friends, with such confidence. And so let's talk about the amazing power of omega-3 fatty acids. And it lies in their ability to change the chemistry of blood. These omega-3 fatty acids can increase the quantity of the correct fats in your diet. The omega-3 fatty acids are most beneficial for heart disease because they lower the blood levels of triglycerides, bad fats. They arrest the development of artery-plugging blood clots. They decrease the blood viscosity, which is the thickness and stickiness of the blood, so it can flow freely. They lower blood pressure, and omega-3 reduces the risk of cardiac arrhythmias, which is a cause of sudden cardiac arrest with the pumping of the heart, basically. Okay, a study reported in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that people consuming sufficient fatty fish had a 70% less risk of cardiac arrest than those who did not. The Journal of American College of Cardiology, the JACC as it's known, has published an article that says essentially everyone, not just those with cardiovascular disease, should get a minimum of 500 milligrams of omega-3 daily. And so, as I said, we've got 1,000 milligrams there and 500 in the little one. And those people with cardiovascular disease or known risk of this disease should get 1,000 milligrams per day. So this amount is also the current recommendation of the American Heart Association, a minimum of 500. So you take one of these a day, that covers that, just, well. They go on to reaffirm the benefits shown for near life's omega-3, specifically for ours, for the triglyceride reduction and anti-inflammation in our human clinical trial. And that trial was published in the American College of Nutrition. So it's well researched. We're not riding on the backs of other people's research. We are riding on the back of our own research. And the research is being presented and written and reviewed in peer reviews. Let's look at elevated blood levels of cholesterol, which so many people seem to have these days. And they increase the risk of cardiovascular disease in many shapes and forms. Arteries become clogged with fatty, sludge-like deposits of cholesterol and other fats in the blood. The heart must work harder with each contraction to force the blood through the vessels that are narrower and less flexible. These elevated levels of cholesterol are dietary related. It's what you're putting in your mouth. That is the problem. In a healthy artery, the walls are smooth and the blood flows easily. However, various factors, including smoking and high blood pressure, can damage and weaken the artery walls. The body responds by lining the area with protective clot-forming platelets, which begin to narrow the artery circumference. So that lovely diameter that has been created for the blood to flow through gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So eventually, things happen. Blood vessels rupture. You have strokes, with that pressure. Eventually the artery is so narrow it can get blocked, and that is when one experiences a heart attack. Deposits build up slowly over the years, and much of this could be prevented by developing a healthy lifestyle and nutrition awareness. So what we're just trying to make everybody, we're just trying to make them aware of omega-3. I don't know where you're getting it in your diet. I'm getting it from this. I'll eat healthily, but I am getting it from omega because of the supplementation. I'm just ensuring my health with omega, and I recommend we all do the same. The scientific evidence is actually clear. In fact, dietary intake of omega-3 fatty acids from fish is directly associated with a reduced risk of the most fatal heart event, and that is cardiac arrest. You can reduce your risk up to 70%. So stop artery clogging plaque before it stops you, is what they say, which is an interesting thing. Stop artery clogging plaque before it stops you. And and so, that's enough about the heart. I think you've got to take cognizance that this is a very, very important part of our nutrition. And I live at the sea, but I don't get oily fish out the ocean. I don't get any fish out the ocean, but we don't get oily fish. In South Africa, we have warm water fish, bottom feeders. They're not oily fish. You get oily fish in the very northern oceans of right up north. And we don't get it here. So, if you're in anywhere part of south of the equator, you need to actually supplement. Just as an insurance, we all insure our TVs and things, but what about our health. That's what we need to really look at ensuring. So now I'm going to change tack here, and let's have a look at inflammation. Inflammation is blamed for all lifestyle diseases. Lifestyle diseases are not communicable diseases. They are what we do to ourselves through our food choices. And so let's have a look at the root cause of heart disease is inflammation. The root cause of all the diseases I'm going to read out is inflammation, gastrointestinal disorders, and compromised digestive function, Alzheimer's, memory loss, Parkinson's, diabetes, cancer, joint pain, and loss of mobility, accelerated aging and wrinkles, all due to inflammation. And wow, a healthy balance between your omega-3s and your omega-6s for our health protection and disease protection has been recognized for a long time. Evidence shows that low levels of omega-3 lead to misguided and uncontrolled inflammation. Scientific research done by Neolife has shown us that omega-6 and omega-3 imbalance is very, very harmful, and it's very inflammatory. We need to intentionally increase our omega-3 intake because these omega-3 fatty acids are essential to ensure health and natural healing process. Our levels of omega-6 to omega-3 should be 1 to 1, should be equal, omega-3 to omega-6. But the measurement now is showing that we have one part of omega-3 to 20 or even as high as 40 parts omega-6. So 1 to 40 is a disaster for our health. We have our diets just loaded with omega-6. They come from plant source. They come from certain oils. Omega-6 is not bad until it becomes too much, and then it becomes very, very inflammatory. Nature in plants naturally has your omega-3, 6, and 9. But the minute we have plants or our food fiddled with, distilled, whatever, and you get all these oils, the hidden oils, full of omega-6s, and we don't even realize that is the problem, but it is a problem. So we also need to eat 2 to 3 servings of an omega-3 rich fish, like a salmon fish. But this fish has to be a wild caught fish. It cannot be a farmed fish. I mean, that's another whole story, the farmed fish. But farmed fish are toxic. And so I can't ever find a wild caught salmon anymore. It's all farmed fish. So I don't eat it because it's farmed. And you just have to look and see what happens to farmed fish. But so we have to have wild caught salmon. Here is your wild caught salmon, pure and potent and standardized, and it's safe. And also maintaining a beautiful brain with omega is quite handy as you age. So that's good. So now I'm going to talk about pregnancy, because that omega is absolutely vital for the baby, but you cannot risk having an omega that is full of toxins and heavy metals and pesticides and herbicides. And you've heard that ours is free from all that. Ours is tested for over 200 contaminants. And so I have got some information here that was featured by the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. And, it says omega-3 fatty acids are critical from the very start. Eating well is always a good practice to have for everyone, not just pregnant moms. But assuring your body is getting the right nutrition has to be intentional and never more important than it is for women of childbearing age. You see, you don't have to be, you just have to be of childbearing age to understand that your nutrition has to be tops. For the minute you fall pregnant, that baby is just replicating cells. And that is the most important time for your intake of these omega-3s plus other things to be top, because to influence your child's growth to its maximum potential starts from the minute it's conceived. And so we have to make sure childbearing aged women are on a good nutrition regime, intentionally, or not by accident. Omega-3 deserves special attention from all mothers and mothers-to-be. And I'm going to tell you why, because for mom, the omega-3s are needed to support a healthy heart, healthy body and blood chemistry, strong cell structure and efficient cell function, and an anti-inflammatory balance for her flexible joints. That's for mother. What about baby? For baby, the omegas are the building blocks for the brain, the central nervous system, as well as development of the optic nerve and retina. And those are the things that are growing right from the start, the very beginning. Neurological and visual development is fastest during fetal life and continues during infancy. So that studies show that mom's dietary intake of omega-3 during pregnancy affects the baby's visual acuity, cognitive development, motor development, and even sleep patterns. So it's vital to supplement omega-3 during pregnancy and also during breastfeeding for the baby's overall health and development, not just while she's pregnant. It's into their development. And I squished omega on all the babies anywhere around me. They get squished omega on their food or whatever. They get used to taste of fish. It's for their health. It's really good. Okay. So not all fish are good sources of omega, and some fish is known to include contaminants that can be dangerous to both mother and child. And this might be why the doctors don't speak about omega-3 that often to pregnant moms, because they know that there's so much contamination in those oceans. The problem is they don't know about our personal omega-3, our Neolife omega-3. And it's why I'm really laboring this pregnancy. It is such a vital thing. And every child that has been born into our family has had a mother on omega-3. We know it's safe, we trust it, we trust what the scientists say, and we trust what Neolife gives us. So I just want to really, it's a serious thing. We can't just be flippant about this, but I want you to know that it's completely safe. So, not all fish being good. So what is the solution? It's the whole food omega-3 from Neolife. It's potent. That's the big thing. It's potent. Delivering a salmon dinner worth all 8 omega-3 fatty acids in every serving. So you have one a day. You're having a salmon serving a day, which is fabulous. It's pure, carefully tested, screened to a zero tolerance standard for contaminants. And it's proven. Human clinical trial results published in prestigious scientific journals like the journals of American College of Nutrition show it provides fast and effective omega-3 nutrition, just as mom and baby need, and all of us need. So it's potent, it's pure, and it's proven. And omega-3 fatty acids and postpartum depression. This is when mothers go into depression, maybe in their pregnancy, but afterwards. It's a serious thing. Mothers who do not eat fatty fish and don't intentionally have omega-3 intake through their diet will probably have low levels of omega-3 in their breast milk and will more likely suffer from postpartum depression. A case study showed that women with high omega-3 levels and low omega-6 levels had significantly lower risk of depression, which is very useful information, guys. Allergies show that omega-3 supplementation dampens certain immune response involved in allergic inflammation. A study of 150 pregnant women who suffered from allergies themselves supplemented omega-3 and lowered the risk of allergic disorders in their babies, especially food allergies and eczema. But even in adults, omega is one of the things you can really, really, really swallow when you have eczema. It's one of the lacking things in one's body. So it also showed that children from mothers that supplemented omega-3 had a 63% lower risk of developing asthma. So I have gone over time, I apologize, but quite honestly, what we know and what has been proven to us by the scientists, by the company, is that we all need omega no matter what our age. So I want to encourage you all to get this, get people understanding the importance of a pure and potent and 8 molecular structure omega-3, a balanced omega-3, and then it's safe for all members of the family. So I want to thank you for being online with us, and God bless you all.
Thanks, Nola.
Thank you, Nola. Thank you very much.
Hi, Nola. Can I